But the thought of finding real customer, convincing them, pricing something, handling a transaction, dealing with what comes after that, this all stuff seems fucking hard to me because nobody has taught about this even in schools, even in college. So think about it. Why would someone spend their money on this? Why would they choose this over something else? How do you reach to them? How do you talk to them? And most importantly, what do you do when they say no to you? Most of us, especially technical students, confuse these both too. Like we think if you build something good enough, the business part will figure out itself. But in reality, it won't. You need to take care of your product as well as the business. And remember, you can't do everything alone. Remember, your skill is the starting point, not the finish line. So I want to tell you something that I'm doing right now, and apparently we are going to talk about something called skin in the game. So firstly, let me tell you, I'm a computer science student. I spend my days just writing codes, solving problems and building stuff. And somewhere between these assignments, these projects, I decided to start something which is a boots business called Stoic Boots. I hope you might be seen in some of my reels and all. So for the first time, I'm doing something which is not just a software product or which is not an app or not a SaaS product, but it's a boot. Physical boots that people wear on their feet. And as always, I have done the research. I tried to study the market, and even I started talking to suppliers, manufacturers from past few weeks. And I am about to launch it soon. And today, before I launch it, I want to talk about why I'm doing this. Because as you know, I document here everything. Here on this channel, I share everything, whatever I do in my student's life. So I want to talk about this. And the most important thing which I have figured out, which is about learning, it's called skin in the game, I'm going to talk about. So there's a writer called Nassim Nicholas Taleb. He wrote a book called Skin in the Game. And the central idea of this book is simple. Don't tell me what you think, tell me what you have at stakes. So let me tell you in simple words what this skin in the games mean. So suppose you want to learn something. So the best way to learn is by actually doing it. Suppose you want to learn swimming, just go in swimming pool and start learning. Suppose you want to learn about any stocks, just buy some stocks of that company and you will get everything about that stock. And for us, suppose if you want to learn about business, just do business and you learn everything. So that's the simple meaning of this skin in the game. And this is the best way to learn anything. Why? I'm going to explain everything. And in that whole book, his argument is that real knowledge that actually changes how you think and act only comes when you have something to lose. Like money, time, reputation. When the consequences of being wrong fall on you, you learn a lot of things. And that's where the real knowledge starts. For example, a professor is teaching about entrepreneurship, but he never ran a business, but still he can teach about entrepreneurship. Other example, let's say a professor who is teaching about finance, but he has never invested in markets, still he can teach about finance. But their knowledge is totally clean, totally theoretical, which is not going to work in real life, in real world. Because if they were wrong, if their teachings were wrong, nothing happens to them. But if suppose they had some consequences, they have tried some businesses, and if they were then teaching, then they might be teaching with some real experiences. So here I mean to say, if you have skin in the game, if you're learning something by pouring yourself into that, you learn faster, because something, if you fail, it is going to cost you. Because you can think about a surgeon. They train by doing actual surgery, not just on theories or not just watching YouTube videos. And apparently you can think of pilots. Eventually they have to fly the actual plane. And if they fly actual planes, there is skin in the game. If they will have real controls, they will have more attention towards everything. So the stake changes the quality of attention. And as a student, most of us are sitting in the consequences free zone. And I have realized this is the thing which is quietly holding us back. Let me tell you something my personal. I have been building apps, tools, systems since my school's time. And many things actually work. And many stuff happened that I was proud of. And at some point I had this realization, and that's the thing that genuinely unsettled me till today. I can build anything, but I have no idea how to make money out of it. I know I can write code, I can design UIs, I can build applications, but the thought of finding real customer, convincing them, pricing something, handling a transaction, dealing with what comes after that, this all stuff seems fucking hard to me because nobody has taught about this even in schools, even in college. So I did what most students do. I started reading tons of books on entrepreneurship. I started watching podcasts on YouTube. Even I went through some online courses, and I still felt lost because all this stuff were just theoretical. Totally clean, totally safe, no consequences. Just me and my laptop sitting for hours and hours. And that's when I thought, what if I just start something? Not an app, not a tech product. Because in this stuff, I always had some excuses. Like I should add one more feature, I should make the UIs more beautiful. I have tons of excuses in these products, and I just blame when they don't work. But this time I thought, let's start something physical. Something that either sells or not. That's the thing. No excuses of features and UIs or updates. Just a physical product. Either it will sell or either it will not sell. So I landed on boots. I'm a great fan of boots in footwear because I like it a lot. So I started researching about it. I did a research and I found a lot of things. India is the second largest producer of footwear, and apparently India is the second largest consumer of footwear. And in India, the total footwear market is around $20 billion. And specifically, if you talk about boots, so for boots, it's around $11 billion market size in India only. So I thought it's a good market. I should start with this category. In India, still 70% market of boots are unorganized. Only 30% is organized by some brands, but 70% are unorganized. Just local merchants and all are doing. So I thought, let's land on boots and let's build a brand of boots by simple motive, premium quality of boots with affordable price. So I started searching about it, the market, the margins, the types of customers, what sells, what doesn't, everything I started figuring out. Even I started going to meet suppliers, manufacturers, and started understanding manufacturing. And even I'm trying to figure out how my first 10 customers is going to come. And I'll be honest with you, I am nervous because this time it's not any tech product or any project. This is going to be something real. Here I'm going to put my own money, my own time, and here everything is going to be my own call for everything. Even before launching, I'm just on researching phase, just in talking to people. I have already learned things that 2 years of college didn't teach me. I learned that building a product and building a business are completely two different skills. And most of us, especially technical students, confuse these both too. Like we think if you build something good enough, the business part will figure out itself. But in reality, it won't. You need to take care of your product as well as the business. And remember, you can't do everything alone. You need to bring some people in your team who can handle multiple operations at your business. Making money requires understanding people in a way no algorithms or no tutorials prepares you for. Think about it. Why would someone spend their money on this? Why would they choose this over something else? How do you reach to them? How do you talk to them? And most importantly, what do you do when they say no to you? These aren't some soft questions, they are brutal questions. And you only really start wrestling with them when you are trying to actually sell something. For me, even just talking to manufacturers, negotiating minimum order quantities, MOQs, figuring out quality, none of these are in any syllabus. You just have to be in it. You have to be the person making the call and living with whatever happens next. I used to write codes by waking up full nights, and many times I felt proud. From last few weeks, I started spending tons of research and all about this boots market. And one thing genuinely I felt, how much I don't know yet. Both are real coding and all, and researching about these boots and all. Both are real learnings for me, but only the second one has made me sharper in a way that I can't explain here. Just remember, your skill is the starting point, not the finish line. Based on where I'm right now, not from the other side of success, I would just say pick a vehicle, any idea you just pick. Even it doesn't have to make any sense, even it doesn't have to be your passion, just pick one thing. I chose boots because I needed a real thing to test myself, something that I can test against real customers. Remember, the subject doesn't matter here for you, but the exposure does. Second thing you need to do is make the commitment real before you feel even ready. I started talking to suppliers before I had figured out anything, and that's where the feeling of actually I start learning. Third, don't wait for great ideas. Start with just a good enough one. Most of the founders you admire didn't start with their best ideas. They started with any idea, and the lessons from that one idea led them to build the next better one. Fourth thing is pay attention to everything that makes you uncomfortable. Like for me, every supplier that didn't reply me, every number that doesn't add up, every assumption that I have to rethink. This is all over like discomfort for me, but this is the data for me actually. So write down these all stuff. These all stuff will teach you something that no course ever could do for you. And one thing I would say, which is most important, be honest wherever you are. See, I'm not a successful entrepreneur, but still I talk here, I share my journeys, and I share everything real here. You can see me, I'm just a real student, who's figuring out his life. So for you also, you need to accept everything wherever you are. You need to know yourself firstly and accept everything, whatever you are feeling and wherever you are. Because see, I'm a CS student, I did my research, I'm the person who is nervous with the conversation, with the supplier, with the manufacturer, and I'm just trying to find out whether any of these things, whatever I did, is going to work or not. This honesty part is the most important in skin in the game. So I want to close this video with something that might sound strange. I don't know if this board's business is going to work or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And if that happens, it's just the lesson for me. A real lesson that I will carry forward into every other thing, whatever I will build. Remember, what I do know is this. Right now I'm going to be 20. In this journey of 20 years old, I just know one thing. The process of trying has already taught me more than anything I have studied ever. Whatever I have learned from trying stuff, these were actual real education for me. And for you also, if you are a student watching this, if you are sitting on some ideas or telling yourself you will start when everything will be perfect or when you will be more prepared, I want to tell you this. The perfect moment is not going to come. Your preparation will never feel complete. The only way to learn is just go and find out. Put something real on the line, even something small, even something that might fail. Just get in the game, because the best way to learn is by doing it, by just having a skin in the game. So with these words, I'm wrapping up this video. I hope this video was insightful for you. I just shared everything with my perspective, a 20-year-old kid. So until next time, keep building and keep exploring.